So what's today, Dawn?
Well, today is my attempt at a double threshold session. So this morning I'm going to be doing 5 times 1 mile at a heart rate of 130 to 140. So 140, whoops, is my marathon heart rate.
So you're working up to marathon heart rate.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
At the lighter end of threshold this morning.
Yeah, that's right. Then we'll see how I recover after getting back and refueling. I've also got an old pair of version 1 alpha flies on because I do find that they help with the recovery of my legs. So I thought put them on for this session, seeing as it's only 5 times 1 mile.
So conditions are 16 degrees, a little bit humid,
Yeah.
very light breeze, but it's quite sheltered down here, as you can see on the old wood headline.
So that was a warm-up of 1.54 miles, and now I'm just about to get the session that is saved on my watch. 5 times 1 mile at threshold pace, and then I click on that and I'm about ready to go. So the double threshold run wasn't something I jumped into on a whim. I'm actually in the process of training for the Chester Marathon, and I'm in high mileage training, so I'm used to doing high mileage and double runs. I also saw John do it last week and how he was successful and recovered well from it, and I've seen other YouTubers doing it. So doing it this week fitted in well with my current training. So currently I think my marathon pace is around 7:55 when fresh. So on this run I'll be looking for 7:45s sort of going down, maybe 8 to 8:10s going back up. That's because this trail is on a slide down to no railway line. You might have seen us run on here a few times. Well, my watch just told me 7:44.
My watch told me 7:43. So we anticipate mile 2 going back up the trail to be about 20 seconds slower because of the slight gradient heading towards Manchester.
So at this point you should be able to talk in like broken sentences, a bit like me now. Maybe not have a full conversation, but it's controlled and hard. So coming up to the end of mile 2, heart rate 136, 137.
There's a section here where I sometimes lose GPS signal and see the thick trees, so it's good that the session is run by heart rate. Usually it rights itself when you get to the other end.
Oh, 7:55.
Winning here. So for the last one, we're going half a mile down and half a mile back. This should be bang on 7:55.
So in the final mile I felt really strong, and I found myself having to hold myself back a little bit, remembering that I had that second session to do in the afternoon. Often when you've only got one session to do in the morning or in the day, you tend to push in that last mile, but I knew on this occasion I was not going to push on that last mile because I didn't want to ruin the session in the afternoon.
So average pace was 7:57, but that's with the 1 minute cool downs in between the mile reps. So yeah, I felt positive and strong there.
Yeah, you said on the final one you're having to hold yourself back, your legs felt wanted to go quicker, but I bet by rep 9 this evening you're not thinking, I wish I'd gone quicker.
Yeah, so coming up on the final one, the heart rate was just bordering on 140, which, as you know, is my max I wanted to go to, but the legs wanted to go faster, so I had to keep pulling my legs back so that I could bring the heart rate just under again.
So I think at this point the words of Winston Churchill apply after the Second Battle of El Alamein in 1942. This is not the end. It is not the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning.
So when I go home, it was straight into refueling and hydrating for run number 2 in the afternoon.
Nail day.
So let's see if Dawn can get this second session nailed.
Here we go. Second session. So it's Friday afternoon and I'm on my warm-up for the second session on the double threshold day. So I have to admit, the legs not feeling like they did this morning, or if they have a session in them, but John reassured me his felt like that, so we're going to see. So my warm-up is 1.5 miles down to where I started this morning, so then I'm going to roll into 10 times 800 meters with 45 seconds recovery in between each of those, and I'm going to be running at a heart rate of 135 to 150. So let's go and see if I can nail this. So in all the years I've been running, I've never attempted a session or 2 sessions like this in a day, so it will be interesting to see if my body can cope with it, but not just cope with it, how I feel afterwards if I do complete it, and how I feel tomorrow. And then I have a 22-mile run on Sunday, which is my longest run pre-Chester Marathon, so it'll also be interesting to see how it feels on that run if this is completed.
Future Dawn here. I did complete the 22 miles on the Sunday, but in future I think I would leave a couple more days before doing the long run, because I could actually feel the double threshold in my legs on this morning's run. So I set off, and I think probably set off a little bit quicker on the first one because my heart rate got straight up to about 140 and I could actually feel it in my legs a little bit. So I did the first 800 meter rep, and then I decided to ease back slightly and trying to let my heart rate settle. So the first 2 800s I was doing on the slight downhill, so I knew they were going to be a little bit quicker anyhow. I felt very strong actually, so I eased back slightly and then just settled into pace. So yeah, I stayed within the heart rate zones that we had set and continued to push along the trail, and yeah, just really enjoyed the session. Finished the session feeling as if I could do another one, so I guess that is a successful session.
Well, that looked to me as if Dawn executed that really well. She looked smooth and strong and control on every single rep. But when she comes back, we shall find out.
So, session completed. Success. How did I feel? Strong. Could I have done one more? Yes. When I was running them though, I have to say initially I thought, I can't do this. Negative mindset was creeping in, and it was only when I got to rep 7 I thought, I can complete this, I can finish this. So it was really strange because obviously I felt strong, but initially my mind was telling me I can't do it. But I did do it, and as I said, I could do another one.
So reflections on your first ever double threshold day.
Yes, well, firstly, Friday's my day off work, and I've had to dedicate the whole of the day to it because it's not the running, as John said when he did his. I can do the running, although, as I said, I didn't think I could at first. However, I've had to do quite a lot after the first session this morning to recover for this evening. So I'll give 3 positives in doing a double threshold session. So number 1 positive is, yes, it's doable even at the age of 60. Number 2, you get a good amount of volume in one day. And positive number 3 is, in the long term, I think it would make you really strong. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me complete a double threshold session, and if you have, please give this video a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, we'd love you to do so. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.